France marks a solemn and emotional moment as the nation commemorates 10 years since the Bataclan attacks, a night that forever changed the country's sense of security and identity. A decade ago, on November 13, 2015, Paris was shaken by a series of coordinated terrorist strikes that targeted the ordinary rhythm of daily life, turning an evening of entertainment and relaxation into a national tragedy. The Bataclan concert hall, where hundreds of people had gathered to enjoy a night of music, became the epicenter of the deadliest attack France had experienced in its modern history. Survivors still describe the chaos, the fear, the confusion, and the overwhelming sense of helplessness that swept through the venue as attackers stormed the hall. For many, the events of that night remain etched permanently in memory, vivid and unshaken, even after 10 long years. Today, France reflects not only on the lives lost, but also on the deep scars and lessons that this tragic event left on the country as a whole. At the heart of these commemorations are the families who lost loved ones, many of whom continue to grapple with the slow and painful journey of healing. Every year, they gather not only to honor those who were taken from them, but also to remind the world of the fragility of peace. Many speak openly about how their lives were torn apart, how a single night divided their lives into a before and after, and how each anniversary brings back emotions that time can never fully erase. The resilience shown by these families has become a symbol of unity and courage for France, a reminder that even in moments of devastating violence, human strength endures. Alongside the families are the survivors, some of whom still struggle with long-term psychological trauma, post-traumatic stress, and the difficulty of returning to normal routines. Their testimonies continue to serve as powerful reminders of the human cost of extremism. The French government, security forces, and international allies also reflect on how the Bataclan attacks reshaped the nation's approach to counterterrorism. In the 10 years since the tragedy, France has tightened its security measures, strengthened intelligence operations, and deepened cooperation with global partners to prevent similar attacks. Officials acknowledge that while no system can guarantee absolute safety, the lessons learned from the Bataclan tragedy have driven significant reforms designed to detect threats earlier and respond more effectively. Over the years, these changes have helped thwart multiple potential plots, demonstrating how the sacrifices of that dark night influenced a safer future. Yet, despite the progress, leaders emphasize that the fight against extremism remains ongoing, requiring constant vigilance in an evolving global landscape. Across Paris, memorial events have taken place throughout the day, each marked by a tone of quiet reflection and solidarity. At the Bataclan itself, people gathered to lay flowers, light candles, and stand in silence for the 90 lives lost at the concert hall. Many others visited the locations where accompanying attacks unfolded that same night, including restaurants and the Stade de France, forming long lines of mourners who feel compelled to pay their respects even 10 years later. These scenes reflect the collective memory of a nation determined never to forget. Museums and cultural institutions across the country also hold special exhibitions and moments of remembrance, showcasing personal stories, photographs, and artifacts that capture the human side of the tragedy. These events offer an opportunity for new generations to learn about what happened, ensuring that the memory of this tragedy lives on. At the same time, artists, musicians, and members of the cultural community have come together to speak about the symbolic weight of the Bataclan. The attack was not only an act of violence, but also an assault on culture, freedom, and expression. Concert halls, theaters, and nightlife venues represent the heartbeat of France's artistic identity, and the attack on the Bataclan struck at that core. In the years since, the venue has reopened its doors, once again hosting concerts and performances. Many artists who chose to perform there after the reopening described it as an act of defiance and hope, a way of claiming back the space from fear. Today, the Bataclan stands not only as a memorial site but as a symbol of cultural resilience, proving that creativity and joy will not be silenced by violence. Political leaders from across the spectrum have delivered messages addressing the importance of unity and collective strength. They speak about how the Bataclan anniversary serves as a reminder that while the country may have political disagreements, moments of tragedy reveal the deeper bonds that hold the nation together. International leaders have also expressed solidarity, reaffirming that the fight against terrorism is a global struggle that demands cooperation and shared responsibility. The anniversary has sparked conversations about how societies can balance security with freedom, how to confront radicalization, and how to promote values of tolerance in a world increasingly divided by ideology and conflict. As France reflects on a decade since the attacks, the nation also looks toward the future with a sense of determination. Schools, community groups, and youth organizations are hosting discussions designed to educate younger people who were children or not yet born when the attacks happened. Many educators believe that teaching about events like the Bataclan tragedy helps build awareness, resilience, and empathy in the next generation. Survivors who visit classrooms speak about the importance of rejecting hatred and fear, and about choosing a path of unity rather than division. Their voices carry immense weight, shaping the way young people understand the world and their role in shaping a safer and more compassionate future among the public. The anniversary stirs a mix of emotions. For some, it is a painful reminder of loss and vulnerability. For others, it inspires reflection on how society has changed in the past 10 years. Some people express fear that such events could happen again, while many others express hope that continued vigilance and strengthened community ties will prevent future tragedies. Public attitudes towards security, tolerance, and national identity have evolved since the attacks, and these topics remain central in French political and social discourse. The Bataclan anniversary is not only a day of remembrance, but also a moment that encourages the country to confront difficult questions about how to protect both safety and freedom in an unpredictable world. Media outlets across the world are covering the anniversary, revisiting archival footage, interviewing survivors, and analyzing how the attacks transformed global perspectives on terrorism. The emotional stories of those who survived the Bataclan, the bravery shown by first responders, and the heroic actions of ordinary people who risk their lives to help strangers remain powerful narratives that resonate with audiences everywhere. These stories highlight not only the horrors of that night, but also the courage and compassion that emerged in its aftermath. Many journalists note that while the Bataclan attacks were a tragedy, they also revealed the resilience of human spirit in the face of overwhelming darkness. As the 10th anniversary comes to a close, France stands united in remembrance. The lights of the Bataclan shine softly, symbolizing both the memory of those who were lost and the hope carried forward by those who remain. The echoes of that night continue to shape the nation, reminding everyone of the value of peace, the cost of violence, and the strength found in unity. For many, the ceremony is not just about looking back, but also about reaffirming a commitment to a future where such tragedies are never repeated. The legacy of the Bataclan attacks is one of pain, resilience, reflection, and an unwavering promise to honor the memories of those who lost their lives. A decade later, the world still remembers, France still heals, and the message remains clear: even in the darkest moments, the human spirit endures.